Hey everybody, Mike here with Frontier Log and Timber Homes on a very special project and some progress here on the Schafer State Park historical preservation project of this historical log kitchen shelter built back in the 50s. And we've gotten into some of our post replacements here. So it's coming right along. Probably one of the more difficult aspects of this repair was replacing this log header across here. And if you take a closer look at it, you can see that the old log, excuse my finger, but the old log was embedded in mortar all along that edge, and so that whole entire span log, which is a structural member, was rotting out because of, having mortar embedded around that. And of course, moisture getting in there over time and whatnot. And we got that replaced on Friday. And so we are now going back and putting all the old siding back in there. That's a rough sawn, 2.5 inches thick cedar board. And at the same time, we're upgrading all the connections, tie rod connections, all the stainless steel, as opposed to all the old hardware that you can see there. The bolts and all that, halfway rusting out and all that good stuff. So we still have 4 more logs to replace, and then the other half of the structure, which was knocked down by the storm, we have all the log posts sitting up. Now we dried all the logs out in a kiln, and so we're trying to keep them somewhat dry, even though the weather has been very wet and snowy here lately. But we're trying to get this thing to look as rustic as it did, and it's come along real well, I think. And so we discovered that log post was bad, so we had to do some work on that and change that out. We use all tools of the time to make it look authentic. We do use chainsaws to rough out the cuts and then go back with chisels and block planes or whatever to give it the most natural look we can. All the base plates have been upgraded to stainless steel, through bolted, epoxied into those existing concrete foundations. And considering the logs that came out and the new ones that are going in, we're able to get that fitting pretty good and tight. Now, what we don't want, we don't want to be right up against that concrete again, so we left some space there for that wood log post to breathe over time. So anyway, another closer look at the log siding that we're putting back in there. And all those cuts are pretty tight compared to what the rustic look was in the past. We've tightened up a lot of the joints and everything to make it look, aesthetically pleasing and structurally sound. So next week we'll get on the replacement of these last 4 existing posts and move on to the front area. In about 5 to 6 weeks, we ought to be completely done. Thank you.